All right, Shalom. First thing and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Makah, double honors and much respect to the apostles, bishops, and elders of Great Millstone. May the blessing of election be bestowed unto you, hopefully elect out there. Through the spirit, power, grace, and mercy of Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai. We're your fellow servants from the Great Millstone Orlando camp, and we're out here to prophesy the downfall and destruction of the wicked kingdom known as Babylon, aka America. But also to preach repentance to you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native American Indians, because the day of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai is at hand. So getting into it, pursuant to the title of the sermon, looking unto the prophecy of prophecies. So, brothers ain't got nothing. I'll start off with this here. Because with everything that we see going on in the world, as we always say, bad news to this world is our good news. Because World War so he's setting the infrastructure up for the MOTB. With all that being said, all these things, what is it going to lead to ultimately? The prophecy of prophecies, it leads to Yahweh Shai's return. So again, bad news to this world is our good news. So in 1 Peter, or Slakia, 2 Peter 1, and I'm going to start at verse 19. We have also a more sure word of prophecy, whereunto ye do well that ye take heed, as unto a light that shineth in the dark place, until the day dawn and the day star arise in your hearts. Who is this ultimately talking about? Yahweh Shai, making his second return, contrary to popular belief, like it says in the book of Amos. Pertaining to because you know, this world, these fake and phony Christians, these people, they look forward to the second coming of who they ignorantly, foolishly they call Jesus Christ. But what end is it for you? You live a life contrary to Yahweh Shema Shai, and you think you can get beamed up at the last second. Here it is, you come off eating pork, crab, shrimp, lobster. Here it is, you think you can get on the chariot full of pork. That's not happening. Brother, got anything?
We did a second Ezra 67.
So second Ezra
67.
So this is second Ezra. Second Ezra 6 and 7. Then answered I and said, what shall be the parting asunder of the times? Or where shall be the end of the first, and the beginning of it that followeth? And he said unto me, from Abraham unto Isaac, when Jacob and Esau were born of him, Jacob's hand held first the heel of Esau. For Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth.
See, our forefathers always asked about this time. When will we actually get to receive the promise? And that's why, you know, through the Spirit, it's the prophecy of prophecy, because the hour of temptation, all right, is the time where Esau's kingdom is at an end, and Jacob's kingdom, beginning with Yahweh Shai, is the beginning. And every Israelite camp should be talking about this, seeing that this is the parting asunder of times. This is when our forefathers are actually going to receive the blessing, beginning with Yahweh Shai and the elect. So this is a very important time concerning prophecy. And this prophecy is extremely important, especially when you think about how long ago it was prophesied and the fact that we're living it today, man. It's extremely important.
This is Isaiah 24. We'll start at 4. The earth mourneth and fadeth away. The world languisheth and fadeth away. The hardy people of the earth do languish. So life as we know it is about to change. And like the brother just quoted, dealing with that hour of temptation again, Esau, he's setting the infrastructure up, pretty much backing everyone into a corner. That's why the just are going to have to live by faith. Like it says in the book of Isaiah, the 10th chapter. Well, I'll grab it. In Isaiah 10.
And they're already starting to enforce, or they're starting to push the digital ID on those people in the UK already. You know, so we at that time through the Spirit where there's no corner of the earth where they're not even pushing a cashless society or trying to go completely digital. Whether it's China or America or the Russians, they all have the same agenda because it's all controlled by the elites. And the elites are transnational, meaning they don't hold any loyalty to any state. They're not loyal to America. They're not loyal to Russia. They're loyal to their own interests. And the Lord put that spirit on them to do that. Because through the hour of temptation, a lot of people are going to be judged.
While people think that what we see going on, such as, like your brother just said, the infrastructure being set up in the UK and all these other places, and these Babylonians having that normalcy bias spirit, right? You think what you see going on, you know, we reference movies all the time and things of that nature. That's just sci-fi. That's just stuff. It's just in the movies. Okay, Esau, he tells you what he does before he does it. What did they call it? Revelation of the method, right? But basically, these Americans, like the scriptures say, the Lord says the scourges for an amendment. So we see what's going on in all these different nations around the world, but it's just a matter of time before it comes here to America. Because all what we see going on in these other nations, it's just they're just beta tests. All right. Because with that being said, with the MOTB, that's going to be a worldwide thing. It's not going to be something that just takes place here in America. It's going to be a worldwide thing. That's why we read it at the end of every camp. All right, the hour of temptation that's going to befall the world. Every man, woman, and child is going to be put in a position to where decisions are going to have to be made. But in Isaiah 10 and verse 27, and it shall come to pass in that day that his burden shall be taken away from off thy shoulder, and his yoke from off thy neck, and the yoke shall be destroyed because of the anointing. So again, the time is coming. The just having to live by faith. Why? Because Esau, here it is. Like when you continue reading on in Isaiah 24, the earth is defiled. All right, everything is corrupt, polluted. Esau, again, he's backing everyone into a corner, and it's going to get to a point where, hey, Esau, he's going to come down with that great wrath, right? And the day is coming, like we just read here. The day of waking up to 9 to 5, or these bullshit 9 to 5 jobs, these alarm clocks. Life as we know it, again, it's about to change. And that's why, Lord willing, our foundation is being built firmly in Yahweh B'Shem Shad. Because, hey, famine is coming. We've been talking about the famines that's taking place. Right? Here it is. To these Americans, it's just, some myth or fantasy or whatever. Right? But, hey, there's a lot of people in these other countries, they're dealing with this in real time. You see, so again, a part of Esau backing everyone into a corner. He's going to use the food against the people, weaponize the food. He's going to get everyone accumulated in this system. In order to, like your prophecy states, buy and sell, you're going to have to partake. You're going to have to get that MOTB.
Hey, this is just a still of an article. All right, and I'll read it. It says, BRICS payment system supports transactions across 185 countries.
Hey, that's like what was saying before the mark of the beast be mandated in America, it got to be perfected in other countries first. So this is what the elite is doing. But it's really the Lord. The Lord is perfecting it. Like it said in Isaiah 47, the judgment is going to come on America, going to be perfect. So everything that's being set up, and when you read in Job 20, say they're about to feel their belly. So it got to look good. When it get to America, that shit got to be perfected. It got to look like, oh, this shit going to execute the plan. Hey, but in 18, he said, we love when the plan come together. Hey, because Lord willing, hey, that's when the Lord said Job 20, he going to destroy that shit. But it's being perfected in the country. Right now, as we look for I can, China got their shit A1. And we know according to the scriptures, not according to what people say, according to the scripture, China, hey, is perfecting itself 15. China's 47, 48. China's perfecting itself. Hey, it came from America, it got better, now it's coming back. And we're going to perfect America. But it's elite doing this, man. But it's the Lord that's controlling the whole thing, man. That's Proverbs 21 and 1 say the king's heart is in the hand of the Lord. But it got to be perfect first in the other countries before it comes here. It can't come here with flaws in it. There's nothing flawed about the Lord, man. He's not the author of confusion. So it will be perfected before it gets to America.
Okay. And the elites use China because of the way the government is set up. It's a central controlled government, so the government has their hands in everything. It's easier to perfect a system like that in a country like that, whereas democracy is too slow. Even now, because the bankers put Trump in to keep this digital grid, keep this shit moving, get this shit moving quicker. But it was able to be perfected in a place like China because they got a dictator for life.
Right.
He called the shots for his whole life. And the shots he called was for him.
Because Trump got everybody in America looking at what everybody else doing. So we got to do it.
Right.
Does anybody have a quarter?
He wasn't going to do nothing different from what they at least already got planned, man. Which is all from the Lord. In that article, I used that article about a week or two ago. It said 100 bricks through bricks, 185 countries. There's only 195 countries, man. 193 of them is joined to America. So that shows at the same time that the allies of America is separated. But it's all, everybody got to go digital. Hey, in Revelation 3:10, the Lord say, it shall come upon the world to try everybody on the earth. So it got to be perfected first before it gets to America. What we got?
This is 1 Samuel chapter 9 and verse 9. You know, for that very same reason, this is why the Lord set up the prophets who were first called seers. This is 1 Samuel 9 and 9. Before time in Israel, when a man went to inquire of the heavenly Father, thus he spake, come, let us go to the cedar. And he that is now called a prophet was before time called a cedar. And the Lord tells the prophet, the cedars, before time, to give warning of the righteous. Because the prophet sees the righteous who set his face years ago. That's what I noticed when I was down. They see it in people like they see it in interviews like Alex Houston, Nick Rockefeller. They see the righteous who set his face years ago. And they spake about these things when they saw it. Because it was a vision from Yahweh to the time. They saw the vision that the Lord had. That vision that John the Baptist saw in our chapter. The Lord allowed our elders and the prophets to that vision to be revealed unto them. You know, in the so that they can give warning of that very same vision that is starting to speak in our day and age.
And that's Aaron.
It's Isaiah 42 and 9. Also the book of telling you money. Behold, the former things are come to pass, and new things do I declare before they spring forth. I tell you of them.
And the Lord is fair. Everybody, there's no cloak. You can say this is madness, but you can't say you didn't hear it. And that's why the Lord said he will work in your days that you would not believe nor be told. Our elders and apostles, other Israelite camps would clown when they said the RFID was the MOTB. It ain't funny no more now. Right? Now it's becoming a reality. And now people got to make a decision. And these same camps that told you to take a jump shot, they will tell you to take that chip.
Right. Because they got the 501c3, man. And they want to kick in that bag. They got to follow orders. Just like everybody else do, that Esau signing their check too, man. Everybody got to play the game if you want the bag, man. And 2/3 got leaders.
And see, what them camps don't realize is that when you under that 501c3, you have restrictions.
Right.
Even though they haven't enforced them on you yet, you have restrictions. And if you don't abide by those restrictions, you're vulnerable for tax fraud. Because what is the 501c3? It's a tax-free exemption.
Right.
But you're exempt under what? Under certain standards and requirements.
Hey.
The moment you break that, you're liable at that point. And this is why our apostles said don't deal with that shit.
Right. And you hear none of them guys going to the prophecy, period. None of them. Hey, the mark of the beast is far away from them niggas. Them niggas ain't talking about famine, pestilence, Jacob's trouble, none of that.
They're talking about Cardi B and Offset before they talk about them.
You know why they can't talk about it? Because it's called the issues of the day in the 501c3. The issues of the day is what's prophecy, man. What's popular. They can't speak about none of that because it goes against the government. You can't go against the elites in their 501. You can't talk about the elites. You can't talk about the government, man. So why would they bring that out? They'll lose the bag.
That's why they slowly started to censor and cater their message to meet those requirements. Like, we ain't speaking on this song. Or we don't hate the so-called white man. God hates the song.
Right.
These are messages that they said to slowly trim their ways because they still under that paperwork.
Hey, that's why Yahweh Shah said, go to the highways and hedges, in the streets and lanes. It's free out here. We don't got to get no money together for no light bill, no water. water bill. It's free out here. Until the Lord tell these devils to cut off the freedom of speech. Hey, we don't gotta get no money for no light bill out here, man. We got plenty of energy right out here, right now, in the highways and hedges. You got it.
The word is testimony. In the AI overview, the word testimony comes from the Latin testimonium, meaning evidence, proof, or a destination which itself comes from testis.
Like testing.
Right.
This is your scrolling.
Right. A witness.
Hey, and the Lord says, when you read 2 Ezra 1:37, that we are his witnesses. Also in Isaiah 43:10, man. The Lord, since you brought out that testimony, hey, so hold on, I want to brother that precept. But hold on, Revelation 19:10.
Got it right here.
I'm here. Okay, go ahead. Read that. Read that. Get the word testimony. That's it.
Revelation 19:10. Want to start at 10?
Yeah, just 10, verse 10.
Okay.
Yeah. I want that word testimony out there. Go ahead.
And I fell at his feet to worship him, and he said unto me, see thou do it not. I am thy fellow servant and of thy brethren that have the testimony of Yahweh Shai, which makes a lot of these people anti Yahweh Shai. Yeah.
If I might add, that's the evidence, that definition. He said, don't worship me, because I got the same evidence that didn't come from me. That evidence came from somewhere else.
And they watching the watchers. The angels covering the watchers, man. So they can continue flourishing the words of the Lord, man. Go ahead.
That thou do it not. I am thy fellow servant and thy brethren that have the testimony of Yahweh Shai.
Right. Now
Worship.
Get that word testimony.
Anybody else? Anybody got it?
You got it, bro.
It's the word testimony. Okay.
You don't got to put it on here. Yeah. Get the definition. They can go to themselves.
From evidence given, judicially or tentative case, record, report, testimony, witness, a testifying the office committed to the prophets,
Always committed to the prophets, man.
of testifying concerning future events,
That's it.
what one testifies, testimony, an example before a judge.
Concerning future events. That's why I let them figure out the word forecast. You can get it from the prophet. Go ahead, what you got, bro? You got it.
This is Ecclesiastes 39:1. But he that giveth his mind to the law of the Most High, and is occupied in the meditation thereof, will seek out the wisdom of all the ancient, and be occupied in prophecies.
And the Lord gave us Romans 15:4, the scripture written the 4 times before our Lord, for us to search out our forefathers. They had all the ancient wisdom, the righteous forefathers, man. This is our book. This is a family heirloom. The Holy Spirit is a family heirloom, man.
And now the scrolls are being unlocked,
Right.
so to speak,
Right.
in the heavens, with the internet.
I wish I lose the seal.
You know, now it's being reduced. Now the vision is clear now. There was a certain point when people were scared that they could with a real dragon, pulling out a ocean and all types of. Now the Lord was speaking in codes and the bones stuff. So the Lord was speaking in codes to the ones that were understanding the last day.
Real quick, take Ezra 6:20. When the world that shall begin to vanish away shall be finished, then will I show these tokens. The prophets, the books, 16:11, shall be opened before the firmament, they shall see all together.
Now it's being broken down. Now it's not a myth anymore. It's not like mythology anymore. Now it's not a bunch of beasts and claws, and now it's being broken down properly. Right? The teeth being empowered. All these things are now being broken down. These parables always alluded to something real. And now they're being broken down by the mouth of the prophets through the inspiration of Yahweh Shai, man.
If I could add more on that definition a little bit more. This is the Thayer's Greek lexicon. If you go through there, it says of the testimony establishing the messiahship and the divinity of Yahweh Shai.
Forecast. So the word forecast online, the definition, it says predict or estimate.
Now remember, it said testimony. It said give for future prophecies, give it to the prophet for future event. So read them again.
Predict or estimate
Right.
a future event or trend.
That's it. Go ahead. Similar words.
Similar words, predict, prophesy.
Prophesy. This is the word forecast. So the real forecasters is the prophets. When the Lord said in Isaiah 47, your monthly prognosticators, Esau got on the left hand side, the so-called white man got prognosticators. On the right hand side of the Lord, it's the men of the Lord. Go ahead.
And the Lord always did that. He would pull a Jake out of one of the tribes and be like, give me vision.
Right.
Get up, go. And what Jake be like, I'm a child. Jeremiah, no, that don't matter. I'm a herdsman. That don't matter. Get up. Get up, go. Jonah. The Lord would, that's why we know that when you're dealing with Islam, it's not biblical, because prophets came out of Israel.
Right.
They didn't come out of any other nation. Whenever the Lord gave the vision, there was particular spirits amongst Israel. Not even all the Israelites had the vision. That's why the prophets were necessary, which are the seers.
Hey, you know, because Amos, he like, Lord, I just been dealing with cattle all my life. Come here, son. Sit your ass down for a couple days. Eat this roll. Get your ass up and go, hey, go drop that word on Israel.
And the prophets always, when the Lord called them, the prophets was always trying to duck the smoke.
Lord, I'm just a child, Lord. Come on, Lord.
The Lord said, yes, come on, go forth. But they will be given, they will be endowed with the understanding of the vision. And they will be sent to warning. That's what's happening now. But people don't regard it because they look at Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans as unintelligent, dumb Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. And they don't understand the vision is right before them. The spirit of probably how about Shema.
Add on that, remind me of Moses talking about, I'm not a man of eloquent speech. Don't worry, Aaron.
I tell you, get built up. I'm use your brother. Listen to him. And you would get better. Because when you're around brothers, it makes you better, man.
Similar words for forecast, predict, prophesy, prognosticate, divine, foretell, foresee, forewarn, conjecture, speculate, estimate.
Estimate. That's what we doing. Hey, what the Lord say, hey, nobody don't know how to serve return, but he said, watch the signs of the time. That's estimating. Go ahead.
Calculate, reckon, expect, previse.
That's it. And we calculating the signs of the time.
Okay.
If I can, but real quick, if I can, Mama Son, going into estimation. This is 2 Ezra chapter 9, verse 1.
Yep.
And he answered me then and said, measure thou the time diligently in itself. And when thou seest part of the signs past, which I have told thee before, then shalt thou understand that it is the very same time wherein the highest will begin to visit the world which he had made.
How do we measure? We look at the words of the Lord and then we look at reality. That's how we're able to measure. We look at prophecies and we look at reality. And it gives us a clue into how close our King is to returning. You know, it's like how you track the Amazon package. You look at it, you look at the updates. Okay, right around the clock. That's how we look at prophecy. Oh, Russia doing this. Oh, yeah. All right, that look with, okay.
We got to look at Russia. They're the God. The Lord got it written for a reason. I just saw that. Can you get that, read that, pull that up?
Hold on, article?
Yeah, that's fire. Yeah. This is where we at, man. These niggas want to debate, to bring in heat. Man, prophecy is happening, man. You niggas sold out, man. Hey, we know you niggas sold out, man. But you niggas ain't talking about the issues of the day, man. The Lord wants prophecy told to his flock, man. Our job as he goats, once you eat the roll, you learn this, your job is to feed the flock, man. Warning the flock of what's really happening. And what ain't happening is heathens getting salvation.
Right.
That ain't happening. How the hell you get salvation? But Yahweh said in Revelation 2, the vessel, they shall be broken over the head with a rod. That ain't comfort. Hey, if you're a tributary, even though you get to go back to your land and live, you still gotta, we get the first of all that shit. That ain't comfort. Hey, right now, before we get paid, Esau get his tax off the top. Right. That ain't no fucking comfort. When you don't have to give nobody nothing, and everybody got to bring it to you, that's comfort. And as Deuteronomy 15:6, the Lord say, we shall lend.
Right.
We shall do the lending. No borrowing. That's comfort. You niggas is crazy, you guys know.
And the Lord said, none shall reign over you.
Right.
Meaning, under Yahweh Shai, we are sovereign. We're subject to our Lord and Savior and Yahweh. But outside of that, no nation will be able to control or dictate what Israel
And no other
does.
nation ain't gonna have sovereignty.
Exactly.
They ain't gonna have sovereignty because they still gotta come to Jerusalem. Hey, and I was just making this point too. Nigga, y'all can't come to Jerusalem in the chariot. So how it gonna take their ass days to bring all that good shit that's coming? You dumbass niggas. They gotta get a horsey and buggy and travel for days on end to bring that shit to. Hey, Abraham gave Melchizedek a tenth of what he had. So the nation gotta do the same thing to us, man. As being priests. Hey, bitch, hey, I'm gonna give that how long it's gonna take y'all, but you can't get on the chariot and come to Jerusalem. Ain't nobody gonna slide out and say, I'm gonna go pick your servant. Nope. Hey, the nigga, he'll be here in about a week. And his daughters, they all, hey, bitch, clean her up when she get here, take her into the chamber, clean that bitch up, put on the track. It's going down. Yeah, that ain't, goddamn it, that ain't sovereignty. You got it, though.
So this is on the same article. It says BRICS, China pushes new CIPS payment system globally.
That's fire, man.
All right, and it's showing that even China, as much as they are enemies of the state, they're still on the same agenda, man. And it shows you that the elites are still behind all of it because the elites don't hold no loyalty to nobody except their own family, not even their own people. They done threw all the other Edomites into the food chain.
Isaiah 55:11. So shall my word that go forth out of my mouth, it shall not return unto me void, but it shall accomplish that which I please, and it shall prosper in the thing whereto I sent.
What the Lord said in his word, he said, in the thing where he sent it to his men, and the men is pushed to what the four corners of the earth, as Apostle Paul say, the internet, the World Wide Web, the unicorn is calling, Job 39 is doing the heavy lifting.
Based on what you were saying about the force of Gentiles coming to the Israelites, where's that happening right now? It's not happening right now. America is the only one who's supporting that land over there.
That's why the scripture says deceiver and deceiver are his. You know, these dudes are really just fulfilling their role. Meanwhile, niggas is arguing arguments that already been argued and trying to debate. There's real shit going on. There's real prophecy taking place. And you guys, these other groups is trying to distract from the real shit that's going on. Because you don't really believe, you don't really love Yahweh Shai. And you don't want him to come back because you're making too much super chat money. You're making too much Patreon money. You got, right. You got too much to live for here in Babylon. And your vainglory got you all, you know, entangled. You know? So they're really just taking away from the Heavenly Father's message, the true message of it, right?
Hey, cause this is a lot. Niggas really don't believe the kingdom coming, man. It's just my thought. I don't believe they really believe. I believe they just think they'll get where they at and they gonna take the bag. Niggas really don't believe going back to them. Hey, they antichrist, man. They really don't believe the Lord is coming, man.
Right. They had a good little deal between Rome and themselves, and they family was equal compared to the regular average Israelite. That's it. And they had a connect. They was plugged in. Even when you look at the map of Jerusalem prior to 70 AD, you had a slum. You had a suburb. Who do you think when you describe the Pharisees for? They was in the suburb. And they were reigning over the poor children. When you look at the map, you get the
It's the same shit that's happening now, man.
I mean, this is the same spirits coming back, you know. So when you see what happened, while these dudes was occupied and all this bullshit, boom, 70 AD came.
Just like that.
Right. They didn't even see it coming. Well, that's why the Lord said that, you know, when they shall say peace and safety, then sudden destruction cometh upon you. Yahweh Shai told you, look, this is gonna come as a thief in the night.
Right.
You're busy debating all that, but all that debating is really an insult to the Heavenly Father, you know, because we're solidified, bro. You can cut that bullshit in one little piece of prophecy.
One, right? Just one.
Like you said, how the heathen's gonna get here, right? You know, if heathens can be saved, All right, then where is it? How does
They should be able to jump on a
they're
chariot
gonna
and
be
bring
in the
their
new
goods
covenant
to
too? You know how?
They got to travel for days to bring that shit.
They'll have the new bodies and everything.
Right. It don't matter how you slice it. It don't work. It don't work. So Jake trying to get into all this stuff is like you said, they really don't believe. They don't want Yahushua to come back.
No.
You're too comfortable.
Hey, and just like y'all mentioned it, during that time in Jerusalem, so you had the Pharisees, the Sadducees, the wicked ones, then you had Jake, right? You had the Dagger men, the Sakari, you had them different. Hey, 7AD happened because of the violence too, man. So while you got these guys debating, sitting back on their podium chilling, niggas out here catching hell, robbing and killing each other, just like then. It's the same shit happening, man. It's the same so-called white man over the government, just like then. When Yahushua said, show me the tribute money. Who face on the money? Oh, it's the same. The scripture said there's living under the sun. We know this. We live by this, man. You niggas got the 501c3, and y'all ass can't speak about the issues of the day because they're gonna take away your fucking seat.
You don't want to sit. It was never about the music to begin with for a lot of these
That's
guys.
it.
It was always about fulfilling their own belly, their own lust, which is why the Lord said their mouths were going to be stopped.
Yep.
Because for a lot of men, it was about paying them, about what they could, what image they could push out to the congregation, to subvert whole houses and to push their own image and their own word. Because a lot of these things that are coming out now is just a product of their faith. A lot of guys didn't lack the faith to begin with, and the adults that need these issues in their faith. It's not overthrowing their judgment. Wisdom has a progression. It says it in wisdom, Sirach. Wisdom has a progression. It goes with you for different ways. You know, it goes and push you through different things. And if you ain't right, it's going to drop you off. And for a lot of men, we're seeing wisdom drop them right off where they want to be dropped off.
That's where they want to be at. Beautiful. Hey, we going from glory to glory. Fuck that. We going out. And the only way we can get out there is stay humble and serve the Lord. You niggas ain't watching no nigga feet.
Hey, it gotta be the end because niggas are now changing the doctrine at the last hit.
Yeah.
The doctrine is changing. Niggas is changing like the moon. Like you got it.
The Lord said in Proverbs 24, meddle not with them that's giving the change. And they getting all the subscribers. They getting all the followers. Good. Who want your ass over here? No. Go ahead.
Hey, because a lot of what Bro was bringing up, a lot of times, really every time, brothers are over-explaining the same concept.
Yeah.
We're bringing out 5, 10 precepts or something that just the Lord said, that's it. You don't, why we ain't even bought Leviticus? We don't need to go here and there. It's a simple concept.
Either the Lord give it to you.
You need 13 precepts to prove simple concepts. It's going to be back for you.
You know, doing a 5-hour breakdown on the MOTV.
Hey, that's what we like. Yeah, come on. Hey, the Lord gave everybody, nigga, Matthew 10, 5 and 6. Have a good night. That's it. That's all you get. Go not to the Gentiles. That's it.
That show you they don't really have wisdom because the scriptures say wisdom is justified by our children. You know, fruits will speak for itself. Anybody can read a book. Anybody can regurgitate knowledge, but they don't have wisdom. They're not applying it. When you look at these guys, look at their demeanor. You know, look at how they talk. Look at how they address each other. Look at what they're doing, and look at what's been exposed. They don't have no wisdom. It's just regurgitating. They read a lot of books. They can retain information. It's just like these college courses.
Exactly.
Anybody can memorize some shit that a textbook says,
Right.
but it's a matter of applying it.
Right.
I mean, look at Christianity. If it was just reading the Bible front to back and memorizing it, bro, should have changed by now. But there's no application of that knowledge, and there's no true understanding of that knowledge. Therefore, they don't have no wisdom. They never did.
And see, the wicked scribes and Pharisees, they knew, you know, they was malicious with it. They knew, they just didn't want their place to be taken. So they were intentionally trying to throw Yahushua off. And then when they found out they couldn't throw him off with them questions, that's when they went to the murder game, you know? Now, real quick, just to give you a picture of what the brother's going into, because it's the same Jake's coming back. They're making merchandise of the flock to live a better life. Now, when you look at this is the temple prior to 70 AD. All right. And if you look, you're going to see this. Right here is the upper city. And then you know what Jake was? A lot of Jakes, they were in the lower city. They were in the slums. This is where the wicked scribes and Pharisees were. This is where Caiaphas' house was, in the upper city. And Jake was down here in the slums. And amongst them, you had the zealots. Then you had the Jakes that just wanted to live and survive under Roman occupation. But this is where the elite Jakes lived, the rich Jakes. They lived in the upper city. They were getting called rabbi, rabbi. And they didn't want nobody to take their place. And them same Jakes is coming back. They already back.
Second Peter. Second Peter, chapter 3, verse 3. Knowing this first, that there shall come in the last days scoffers, walking after their own lust, and saying, where is the promise of his coming? For since the fathers fell asleep, all things continue as they were from the beginning of the creation.
And that's what men are doing. They're walking according to their own lust, walking according to their own opinion of the Lord's will, which is necessary because that's how the true doctrine shines forth. Through all this bullshit, the truth is being made manifest, man. A lot of men who are caught up in these other groups and are caught up in these different doctrines are now starting to see the truth of the matter. They're starting to see the truth of the matter concerning the will of the Lord and prophecy, which really is on the main stage nowadays, prophecy. Because prophecy is starting to become a reality for everybody. Like brothers were mentioning earlier, you know, now reality here in America is starting to shift at a drastic rate. You know, if you have any type of insight, spiritual insight, you can see that things start over seriously. Most of the time, it ain't right, but you know, it's happening great. And right now, capitalism is being destroyed strategically. America is being destroyed strategically to set in place prophecy. Brothers mentioned earlier about people having their back against the wall. Trump is now trying to shut down the Department of Education. This is going to put women, especially, out of jobs. And in a bad case, because a lot of women function under the Department of Education in these different degrees that follow under that, like nursing and teaching.
Like, to land back that point, Trump recently took nursing out of the profession. So being a nurse isn't considered being a professional anymore. And he did that so that you can't get as much money as you would normally get to fund your education. So you don't have access to the same amount of loans to get those nursing degrees. And that's what Eve used. You know, that was that pipeline that got her leverage. She was able to get into these nursing programs and then get her to upgrade her nursing degree. You know, and now that it's just being removed from the professionals list, the access to funding is being taken away. So that pipeline is drying up.
And now a lot of their backs are going to be against the wall.
Right.
Yeah. And on top of that, we're also seeing this digital ID system being set in place as well. These different CBDCs that are being set in place. All right, the CEO of BlackRock, Larry Fink, all right, mentioning the digital ID being set in place to track and to trace and to basically set up a social credit system, which is something that's similar going on in China. Others mentioned it earlier. And that's why they have AI companies like Planetary, AI data collection companies being set in place simultaneously to collect data on these different American properties so that they're better able to categorize them and put them into order as they see fit. This is all happening simultaneously. Also, while World War III is still going on. Jacob's trouble is still going up. Victuals are becoming more and more expensive.
And it's worse than the chemicals in the food.
Right.
It's getting worse. Esau ain't killing no people with food. He got to up the dosage.
Right. Cancer's on the uprise. I was on news he came on the news Thursday about these farmers committing suicide. About these farmers being ostracized from their business. They're being shut out. All these farmers are these Chinese and American companies. They overtaking all that shit. So a lot of these American farmers are committing suicide. Their back is already against the wall. They tell me that. I don't want to go to the side. I don't want to go to the other. That's all I know. It's going to take away. The Lord showed it. You know, last thing the Lord said, all that shit. Script. And now the American Congress is people when it's time to be a third world country. To be in a constant state of stress.
There's no longer conspiracy. It's a fact.
No harm.
It's Wisdom of Solomon 8. We'll start at 1. Wisdom reaching from one end to another mightily. And it's done through the unicorn, the World Wide Web. And sweetly do she order all things. I loved her and sought her out from my youth. I desired to make her my spouse, and I was a lover of her beauty. In that she is conversing with God, she magnifieth her nobility. Yea, the Lord of all things himself loved her. For she is privy to the mysteries of the knowledge of God, and a lover of his works. If riches be a possession to be desired in this life, what is richer than wisdom? That worketh all things. Right. And if prudence work, who of all that are is a more cunning workman than she? And if a man love righteousness, her labors are virtue, for she teacheth temperance and prudence, justice and fortitude, which are such things as men can have nothing more profitable in their life. If a man desire much experience, she knoweth things of old, and conjectureth aright what is to come. She knoweth the subtlety of speeches, and can expound dark sentences. She foreseeth signs and wonders, and the events of seasons and times. This is where we at, man. Prophecy. Either the Lord gave you the wisdom and understanding to warn the flock of what's coming, the events of signs and seasons and times, man. That's what this is about, man. The Lord brought men into this gospel to warn the flock of what's happening around you daily. But everybody else,
Going down.
the issues of the day, they ain't telling you about it, man.
And if I'm gonna say, because I always meditate when who was that, Ishmael and Elam? It could have been Jake. It came up a while ago. With all that being said, because you was getting into, hey, all hell's getting ready to break loose out here. And they asked the question, well, what are you supposed to do? Well, hey, come up under the banner of Yahweh Shemel Shai.
Right.
But Ecclesiasticus 34 and 21. The bread of the needy is their life.
Yep.
He that defrauded him thereof is a man of blood.
And that's Esau. He can tell you that precept go to James 5, man. It say he kept back by fraud. The higher the labor. Go ahead.
He that taketh away his neighbor's living slayeth him. And he that defraudeth the laborer of his hire is a bloodshedder.
Right. And that's the self-proclaimed so-called white man.
So let's get Revelation 13 and 15. Because that relates to what's about to happen. Because it says, well, if you take a man's livelihood, you're basically killing him.
Right.
You're basically leaving him for dead. So when you read this precept, it's twofold. You got it.
Revelation 13 and 15. And he hath power to give life unto the image of the beast, that the image of the beast should both speak and cause that as many as would not worship the image of the beast should be killed.
And how is he going to do that? If you're not in the grid, if you're not participating in the system, if you don't take the mark, you're cut off in your necessity. You can't buy yourself, meaning you can't buy your needs. So he's killing you one way or the other. Even if you don't put you in the guillotine. You don't want to get chipped, good luck. Now the Lord's going to preserve your elect.
Right.
But this shows that his system is meant to kill you if you don't participate.
Right. And this is why Yahweh Shai, and that's why I tell you in Psalm 17:20, the Lord is despising this system, man. This image, because it's taken away from his people, man. 2/3 go, hey, they led to the slaughter, but still, this nigga is not upright, man. It's supposed to be equity in the earth, man.
And if he ain't give you equity now, what do you think he's going to do when he got full control of it?
Man.
He didn't give you equity when he didn't have full control of it. He still got control of it.
Right.
What you think is going to happen when he's able to have access to your body?
Right, even before the ark, like the sun hit this implemented, mandated. That's what he's been doing with this system. This system is meant to destroy you. It's meant to bring you down where you are, tax you to death, work you to death. You don't have a choice. This capitalism, this fiat currency system is never sustainable. You don't have a choice, man. If you don't work, then you can't eat. You don't have no access to no provisions, to no shelter, nothing, bro. You don't have no choice but to participate in this system in order to survive. Not even live, to survive. You know?
That's why it says in 2 Thessalonians that the man of sin is not condition will be revealed. And this is the man of sin. This is him who looks sin as a lifestyle. Otherwise, you're not ordered in this world. This is Sirach or Ecclesiastes 27 verse 2. As a nail sticking fast between the joints of the stones, so does sin stick close between buying and selling. Unless a man hold himself diligently to fear the Lord, his house shall be soon overgrown. And he's tying in sin, buying and selling. And now he's tied all together. In order to live, in order to get the basic necessities of life, you're going to have to conform either to that gender or be ostracized. Because when you go to that word killed in Revelation 13, it basically, one of the words basically goes into being separated.
Yeah, omitted.
Omitted.
Two definitions for that word killed in Revelation.
A separation from what? Society. Separation from this the beast system. And he's gonna make it seem as if any way outside of this beast system is death. When in reality it's when you join into the Lord, it's life. That's why it says in the next verse, unless a man hold himself diligently in the fear of the Lord, his house shall be soon overthrown. So the Lord is telling us, while sin is sticking close to buying and selling, we have to hold ourselves diligently in the house of the Lord, in the fear of the Lord, so that our houses are overthrown when the winds begin to beat.
Hey, that word complexity, right in 2 Corinthians, he tell you that you ain't gonna have no way to turn, you ain't gonna know what to do. He said you should be without resource. Matter of fact, somebody get the word for me. Yeah. So, hey, the Lord cold, but Esau cold too. So that nigga wanna see if you willing. Are you really willing to go against your power and take what I got to offer you so you need food? And then you gonna wind up not getting no food anyway. Hey, so Yahweh Shai and the so-called white man, they doing the same thing, man. The Lord like, you gonna side with this nigga? This nigga don't got no power. The nigga ain't got no melanin first and foremost. The nigga lack melanin. They are sick. They are physically, mentally, emotionally sick, man. That's what the Lord say in Sirach 10, he got to cut off that disease. So the so-called white man is a cancer, man. So the Lord like, you gonna side with this nigga because you think he giving you these victuals that's chemical, and they up in the dose, up in the chemicals in the truth. Yeah. Hey, read that word complexity. Yeah.
Word flex in 2 Corinthians 4 verse 8. It says to have no way out.
Hey, and that's what's gonna happen if you take the sea here. On the side of the Lord, you're gonna have no way out. But if you don't take it, according to the so-called white man, you're gonna have no way out. So what you, hey, like we showed this movie, what you gonna do, Mr. Johnson? What you gonna do?
Revelation 14 tells you it's gonna be a people short of all of them.
Great.
There ain't gonna be no way out. You're gonna have people that take the ship, and they're gonna try to take it out, and they realize when they did, it's gonna be too late. It says to be at a loss.
To be at a loss. Go ahead. Mentally. Hey, but the tell you now, nigga gonna be eating on his hand looking for some food while somebody chasing you. Cause once you bite into it, and the smell of blood in the air, are you eating on your own shit? Hey, that smell blood.
Stand in doubt.
Stand in doubt.
Be perplexed.
To be perplexed.
It says to be at loss with oneself.
Right?
It says to be embarrassed.
To be embarrassed, go ahead.
To be in straits. To be without resources.
To be without resources, go
To be
ahead.
left wanting.
Yep. Strong definition. Yep, to be in doubt.
Not to know which way to turn.
Not to know which way to turn. mentally you ain't gonna know what to do. And that's on both sides. Either you take it or you don't. You're gonna be stuck if the Lord ain't dealing with you. And what if a nigga do take the sea hill and you still don't get nothing? Because Esau would do that. It tell you he's a cunning hunter, man.
Hey, but that's why the conversation is important to have now.
Right.
That's why the prophets, more prophets will be speaking about these things now. So that's why the understanding of what's coming. Because if you don't have an understanding of what's coming, you can't prepare yourself. You know, you don't know what to prepare yourself for. And a lot of these Jews don't know what they're preparing for or don't know the will of the Lord. That's why it's important to have the conversation now. That's why the Lord has it in front of your face every day now. Every day. So that you see it, you recognize it, and you understand it. Because when it comes, a lot of people are going to fear the circumstance instead of understanding the circumstance. And that's what's going to get them caught up.
I got a quick one.
Well, that nigga at now, all that trash talking. The Lord is proving everybody wrong. The Lord proving everybody wrong, man. Hey, just like niggas that left, you gonna bet your crown on that shit you left the truth for? You gonna bet your crown on some heathens, niggas? They gonna get beat over the fucking head by the Lord himself? Hey, the Lord won't get back too. Don't it say in Isaiah 63 that vengeance burns in your house shot? Hey, even David Goose said it. That's talking about your house shot coming back to kill the Edomites. Anyway, go ahead. You got it. That's water on the bridge.
What the Lord say? Everybody's doc for us.
It's Mark chapter 2, verse 1. Woe to them that devise iniquity and work evil upon their beds. When the morning is light, they practice it, because it is in the power of their hand. And they cover fields, going to that, the MOT keep will be all for them. And farmers, people think getting out to the outer lands is going to save them. All that takes is a little chemical through the screens. Now the cows got 4 eyes. And they covered fields and take them by violence.
The devil we know. Goddamn DuPont,
And you think going off the grid is going to help? All it's going to be is a delay in finding the body. That's it. So you're going to send a drone that's going to search, do a heat signature, flatline all of y'all. Nobody will find y'all for years if they do find you. Y'all just like Jamestown. Who was that? With
the sacrament.
Jim Jones.
Exactly like that. A whole bunch of dead bodies in the cut that thought y'all was getting off the grid. There's no way you can go to get away from this, because ultimately it's like Esau, you're escaping. You're trying to escape the judgment of the Lord. That's it. That's why you can't defend yourself with meals and ammo. Because you're basically saying, I'm not going to get right with the Lord. I'm going to stock up on bullets and MREs, and I'm going to dodge the judgment of the Lord with my own self-will. That's basically what you're saying, because Esau is just a tool. The Lord is just using him as a tool. So if you confident in the meals, in the meal prep, and the guns, the Lord will be like, oh, what about, I thought I was the rock. I ain't the rock? All right, well, let's see if that shit get defeated. And then Esau will come in that bitch with night vision goggles. You ain't got that shit, you got all the ammo. You got the night vision. We'll cut your lights off and put you to sleep. Because it's not about defending yourself against Esau. It's willing to get a part of it.
Hey, out there the pitch black. Once that judge go off.
Yeah.
Hey, they got night vision. They gonna sweep for y'all.
Psycho, man. That nigga hit your room, bedroom, boop, boop, clear.
Yeah.
Nigga like a damn robot for wickedness, man.
Hey, and if y'all off the grid and ticks and shit, and that generator, y'all, hey, Esau got the night goggles on, they coming through, they gonna shoot the whole camp, goddamn.
And the way it's set up, a lot of these people ain't gonna make it outside of the city.
Hell no.
The city's gonna be blocked out.
The highway's the first thing to go, because everybody gonna try to hit the highway. And it's gonna be a big ass traffic jam. They show you the movie. When you're trying to escape the city, hitting no 408 and out low, your ass gonna be left there. Left between 2 exits.
Yeah.
You gotta get out the car and pull it.
Just like they show you at the beginning when Walking Dead come on. When Rick wake up in the hospital, he on a horse. All them cars, hey, they show you in the movie, man. You gonna have to put it, man. And that's when the game's gonna start.
That's why they're engineering these 15-minute cities to keep everybody corralled into one place so that they know where you're going to be at. Yeah, your house is within 15 minutes of your job. It's within 15 minutes of wherever you want to eat, wherever you're going. So it's easy to corral niggas. The ghetto is easy to corral too. This is what a CeeLo Green song how it's easy, they can just shut off the gate. Shut that gate off and take us all the way around.
But you know, the beautiful thing about it, you know, is that nothing's really going to change. It's been this way. But now with the MOTV, it's just going to be made more intense. That's why we've always been saying, Micah 2:10, this place is not your rest. It's polluted. It will destroy you even with the sword of destruction.
Hey, I wish I'm not. The Lord said that we can read Amos 7:17. It said you should die in the polluted land.
Right.
That's Amos 7:16. Go to Micah 2.
Because it's the same. It's the same thing, you know. They're like, look, they already sign away. They give us their permission. They sign away their permission every time they use any technology, any form of goods and services. They don't read the shit. You know, we already got them with that. They sign away. They agree, right? They already agree, and they use passports. They let us monitor their movements. They let us monitor their purchases. Right? We can already control, what they have access to. They let us control their money, right? They are already working for us. We might as well confine them. Everything. You already follow this system. You already depend on this system for everything. They might as well just implement more control over you. 15-minute cities. Now you got to track your carbon emissions.
The phone now.
You use too much. Well, your balance is done for this month. Now you got to wait for next month. You know, or you implement a UBI, right? You can't be we're making the money digital. Now we got to make sure you're not purchasing anything that we don't approve of. Everything on this data space where we can see everything that's being done under the guise of convenience, protection. You already don't give a shit about privacy. You already don't give a, because this system is already off of exploitation and overtaxation and working your life away. When the MOTV is implemented, you're not going to even care. You're just going to go along with it. Even as inhumane, as authoritarian and oppressive as it will be, you've been so institutionalized that you're just going to go along with it. You're already dependent on this system.
Hey, the Moabite is a prime example. The way a Moabite lives in the land of Moab is a prime example of what the Lord is talking about. Them Moabites have no privacy at all. And they're completely, they have no say so. They have to go according to what the government says. And the part of that is the social credit system. If they're in the red, they are through. If you have a Moabite that's in the red that's under a social credit score, he has no access to certain jobs, no access to certain schools, no access to certain apartments or living spaces. And you see the niggas living like sardines. The majority of them living like sardines are the ones who have bad social credit score. The rest of their people are living and they're going to good colleges, they're going to good jobs, they have good work, they have good work and so on and so forth. But the rest of the people that aren't performing and they're performing according to China's government standards, they're living like shit. And they don't have anything, and they own nothing, and they forced to be happy. Just like Klaus, that bitch from the website. You're gonna own nothing and be happy. And then that's the same society they have in China right now. Them niggas don't own nothing, and they're forced to be happy. If you show any form of unhappiness according to that government, guess what? You are the nigga to do it.
Like you said earlier, that's why it's important that the message is out now. Because the ones that already had the mindset of Michael Jordan, it's going to be, we've already been reliant on Yahweh Shah. You just do what you got to do day to day. We didn't have no plans, retirement plan, this and that. But the ones that been dependent on this system, it's not going to be you're not going to be able to just, well, now I want to serve the Lord. No, you're not going to be able to do that.
Like 2020, putting them on and put that juice.
Right.
Hey, you got to go with the system.
And it wasn't even, it wasn't even that serious.
Right.
You just went along with it. You just took some foreign entity in your body
to your DNA,
and you just went with it.
Now Esau own you because you got his patent in your blood.
Right. Like you just
No, you got
Putting the water at the forefront of your life isn't an easy thing. That's not something you do overnight. And the work can be overnight for some people in the 11th hour. But that's not how he works. The Lord ain't gonna, hey, you okay, now I trust in the Lord.
We can go through there, right,
Nah,
Biddy?
they've been living according to the system of whole life.
That's funny, but the same way that the so-called white man is conditioning our people to regulars, the Lord doing the same thing for the remnant, man. It's the same. Hey, that's what this nigga said. He gonna be like the Lord, man.
Because that's our brothers.
COVID happened. C-19 happened. Taking the jab wasn't even a thought. It wasn't even a thought. It wasn't even like, man, shit, no. It wasn't even a thought. And it's because what the scripture said, wisdom and knowledge shall be stability at our times. So when shit hit the fan, the Lord already told us how to maneuver. Because we understand through the spirit, we just passing through this place. None of this shit over here on this side now. None of this shit now. We still got to handle our responsibilities, but ultimately we know this game is rigged and it's not real. So Esau can't use it as leverage over the elect because they already know the game ain't real. That's the time. That's it. All right. Cool. I mean, we don't have any expectations for the expectations. It's going to fail every time. That's what leads to perplexity. Complexity leads to your trust in the system. When it falls, if Esau don't tell you what to do next, you'll lose your fucking mind. Because you were dependent on him the whole time.
That's why we say welcome back to the damn devil, man. Because, hey, Esau, you and you heathens as well, you've always gone along with this wicked exploitative system, right? So now, and you're feeling it now, before the MLTV implements, right? That just rich and poor. You already poor now. You homeless now. You losing your jobs now.
Lord hate a poor motherfucker that's proud.
Right, and you still proud.
You losing now, worse than getting proud.
Right. It's only going to get worse when that prophecy takes place. That's why we say welcome back. And look, listen,
the more Jake lose, the problem nigga get, man. That shit is backwards. You got it,
no, but it's the spirit of the Lord, man. Because not only the Edomites, but you Jakes that went along with this system thinking that it could work for you.
Right.
You know? So, hey, man, guess what? Pull yourself up by your bootstraps, man. Get a job, man. Get an education. Go back to school. You know, get a trade. You know? You should be able, hey, just like you told us, go to college, right? This is your system. This is your society, man. Work harder. Stop complaining. Stop being a victim. Man. Get off your couch. Get off your ass. Go to college. Right. Get a job.
The uproars of the people. The uproars of the people is coming. Edomites, man. Edomites, man. Them the uproars of the people. Edomites, and these niggas losing their kids around the world, man, because of so-called white man. And it's mostly Edomites that's in the uproar right now, man.
Rightfully so, because this is your kingdom.
Right.
That's why
Bob say, let us make man on
That's where the
him.
sedition
What's
comes
the
in.
love? More than
Because
one.
they're going to
That's
realize
it.
that they're
What's
being
that about
preyed on
Jesus
as well.
God?
And they're
Not
not gonna,
playing.
they used to be outside of it. But now they're going to be, who you think going to be? The Edomites going to be in the digital three. Or not. They're gonna think they're gonna have to resist. And that's where the sedition is gonna come in at. When they realize that so-called white privilege is never coming back.
Never coming back.
It was never coming back. That was a carrot. You're the new donkey with a carrot in front of them on a stick.
Right.
Believing in a dream that enough folks. That's never coming back.
Son, he's working son.
Go ahead, brother.
This big one of God.
And that was Micah 2, Slack. Micah 2, Micah 2, verse 2. And they cover fields and take them by violence on a lower level. In California, they'll send wildfires through there and burn most of that land. They're taking all that. That's what they did it. They did it to North Carolina with the flood and stuff. And they were like, I give them a little bit of my money. I heard 25.
2,500?
Yeah.
Okay.
And that's still cheap for like 10 acres.
Yeah, that ain't nothing.
Thursday, all look dying. Thursday, all look dying.
There's a bully back in the Continuing on, Micah chapter 2, verse 2, and they come in fields and take them by violence in houses and take them away, so they oppress a man in his house, even a man in his heritage. Okay, and that's that's what's going on when they put this MOTV. When they put this MOTV on the four corners, that's oppressing a man. He can't get his daily he can't get his daily work on to support his family.
That's a lack of equity. And that's what the social credit system is going to be set up to do. Now, I did a little Google search on the social credit system and what happens if you have a low credit, social credit score in China. All right, I just looked. It says, AI overview. It says a low social credit score in China can lead to penalties like restricted travel, including bans on purchasing plane or high-speed train tickets, and difficulty accessing loans. Consequences also include a reduced ability to access some public services, potential limitations on job opportunities, and even public shaming. The system is designed to discourage negative behaviors and reward positive ones. So that's already perfected in the system in China, and it's coming here soon. That's why that's why Palantir is plugged in with the government. Palantir is just a data aggregation company. They just take all the data, the WhatsApp messages, the Instagram DMs, the Google searches, and they create a personal profile of you in real time, and then it gives the government a threat assessment status based on the information that they've gathered from you. That's all Palantir is. It's a data aggregation system. They take all the camera footage, all your recent purchases, all your Google searches, your YouTube history, your WhatsApp messages, and then it condenses it down into some information that's simple for a government agent to digest. That's what Palantir does. And they throwing the word around because a lot of people don't look up the shit to find out what it's actually doing.
Yeah. That's what I read the movie Chapter 8. Wisdom has given us to see the signs and the times that we see fit. Like the word testimony. Hey, Esau on the left-hand side trying to do the same thing the Lord has already come to the right-hand side.
So that's the margin of the word. We're going to look at the Qurans, that grapho, basically that database.
Right. When you go to that, you need to write down, man. So what they doing, they done went from it's all big now, they got it all written down on the sea hill, man. And everything is just like the news. We have enough data, we have enough space. They got small. The BlackBerry, how they put more storage. And Esau trapped the gospel, but it's only for the left-hand side. It ain't for the righteous. And the scripture tell you, it's the worst possible. The elect will be deceived, but it's not possible. Because he don't have power. That's what I tell you in Isaiah 31. The Lord say, Jake trusted in this damn devil. Is he got horses, got flesh, and not power, man. Because he got a little bit of power. He got a military. He don't have real power, man.
And the Lord's going to prove that with the salvation.
Right.
Your slave class got delivered in the midst of all your technology. All the information you got and gathered with Palantir didn't do anything to stop the elect from attaining the victory through how much it's cool, the spirit is stronger than flesh.
You got all the vision. You got the vision. You can't even see. You don't even know what this outdoor doing.
So and hit the point that Will brought out. The word Palantir comes from J.R. Tolkien's Kinoa language, meaning far-seer, or he who looks afar.
And it's supposed to be this way.
And one thing that Palantir is also going to be utilized for is what they call crime prediction, which goes to the minority report movement, where they can predict what you're going to do based on the data they've gathered from you, which means they can just preemptively arrest you. They can be like, now this one's going to be a crime. He's 18, snatch him off the streets, and go ahead, now you can make jeans for 100 cents a day. Because of a crime that you didn't even commit yet. It's going to scare everybody into obedience. That on top of the children.
Ezra 16:14. Woe to the world and them that dwell therein.
Right now.
For the sword of their destruction draws nigh. And one people shall stand up and fight against another with swords in their hands.
Right? You're gonna have a lot of Edomites that will fight against this system. Because they're gonna realize that freedom that you were sold as a nation is being taken away. That Constitution is gonna be eradicated. And it's already being, they're already getting into the Constitution as we speak. Palantir is a private company that the CIA invested in. Because the CIA can't do it themselves and still abide by the Constitution. So they invested in a private company, and when you sign up for those user agreements, give your data away. So they're getting around the Constitution. Freedom of speech. Why your videos get taken off YouTube? It's a private company. So they got billions of people in there, but they can censor what's being said on there. And they can deem this misinformation. Why is it? Because it's a private company. It doesn't abide by the Constitution. You have freedom of speech out here in public for now, but when you go into these apps, you sign the user agreement to use it. So their rules exist before the Constitution, so to speak. And that's all that's happening. All of your needs, all of your necessities are being moved over into private companies that can agree or not agree with your opinion. If they decide, they can just remove you from the system. That's why they need everything to be on the digital grid. That's the only way they can really play God. Right now, they just cosplay. They're really trying to do it for real. The only way they can do it is through digital means.
I met a girl already.
For there shall be sedition among men, and invaded one another. They shall not regard their king nor prince.
Right.
And the house, and the course of their action shall stand in their power.
They don't stop listening to the Trumps and the J.D. Vances when they realize they're coming for the guns. What? Oh no, exactly. And you know Esau on that. He wouldn't have died by them guns. He's the son of a gun. You know, that's how they got everything they got. They're not gonna give up their weapons.
Right. That's how they got everything.
They don't care if it's an Edomite coming to take it. They're willing to shoot it out. That's where the sedition will come in. Once they realize, oh, we're the what's up?
That's why it's going to be Edomite militia, but you raise up inside of America. But taking these cities and states, they're going to raise up. It's going to be like Bush.
They ready right now. I was able to tell out those Edomites, they ready right now, man. They ready.
Because they see it.
Talking about making their own bullets. They got MREs and yeah, they got the ham radios. I'm around these devils, man. That seem to be green with Jay until it ain't.
They're not going according to the average Edomite right now. Things are going to get better. We still got to prepare for society. They know that for all the things good. So they're preparing now to Edomite.
And I'm going to follow Bob.
Come on, right now.
They preparing to take back. And we're getting the things in trouble. That's what they need.
Hey, the Lord looked at the head. The Lord got to magnify his power. How a person or the host gets in the state today. That's why I have to be the Lord, man.
That's all that, this push-ass world, you see, all this push-ass shit that's going on here, all this push-ass dates, the feminist women, all this big shit, all this big shit in the world, is going to be put to rest. A lot of these women that think it's sweet, these feminist biologists, yeah, but, that had years.
This truth make you a man. This truth make you a woman. What a real woman's supposed to be. A real man. That ain't nothing fake shit out here, like bro saying. And all that shit will get chopped down. The Lord is training us to have confidence in knowing that when it's time, whatever time it is for each one of us, it's gonna be that the Lord will come through and pull you up, man. These people, like I said, that were complexity, they ain't gonna know what to do mentally, man. And when you don't know what to do mentally, your body ain't gonna do shit.
That's why scripture say a prudent man foreseeth the evil and hide himself. But the simple pass on has overtaken. But right. Because this is your country, though. You accelerationist Edomites, you fighting a losing battle, man. It's too late for you. Because this country of yours is filled with a bunch of brainless, mindless zombies that just go along with the get along, that just want to be comfortable. Like bro said, a bunch of bitches, man. The men and the women. Influencer culture, online social media shit, and don't have no type of knowledge of the real world, of real. They don't read their own constitution. They don't read their own government's laws that's getting passed. They don't pay attention to none of that. They just want to play all day, man. So it's a society of a bunch of goddamn spineless, brainless bots.
Now, I just mentioned the accelerationists. And for those who don't know, I had it pulled up. It says accelerationism refers to a white supremacist belief that the existing state of society is irreparable and that the only solution is the destruction and the collapse of the system. It is premised on the idea that steps can be taken to speed up the collapse of the system, to wit, the destruction of the U.S. power grid, among other acts of violence. So you got Edomite supremacists that think like this. The system ain't gonna fix it, so we gotta hurry up and speed up the destruction so we can go out here and get busy, man.
Hey, that's what Lord, I work 3 and 5, trust in your house with all that heart. And they not you don't understand it, because, hey, the Lord is finna show you. The Lord ain't dealing with you, you're gonna die grievous death.
But they don't know that. They're delusional. They think that as a result of the collapse, they're gonna find a way to build back up. Bro, you're not making nothing out of what's about to come to this place. You're not gonna win. You're not gonna win. Once this shit collapses, you're not gonna have no power. You're gonna be out here hungry. You're gonna be out here cannibalizing. You're gonna get put to death, right? You're gonna get trafficked, and ultimately, only the ones that are tapped in to the systems is gonna have some semblance of survivability. But even then, according to prophecy, like the brother read earlier, the Lord's words does not return unto him vain, but that which he purpose is going to be accomplished. So it's nothing you can do.
Outside the circle. It's over. But they ain't gonna know it until it's over. That's when reality gonna hit when it's happening, man.
Yeah. If you don't have a bunker, you're done. It's delayed.
That's gonna be a slow pace, right?
If I can say real quick, Barbara Shaw, like the brother was saying, all you were saying, they're speeding it up, right, to bring heaven. If you grab that Palantir word and you chop it down into Palan, it says Palan can mean a song making or becoming pale, or an archaic verb related to fencing or enclosing.
And that's what Esau has already put you on the economic siege. You've already been besieged economically.
They got the vision. Watch your ass in.
All the high-paid jakes, every place that they become successful, there's an Edomite, specifically an Amalekite, over that whole industry. NBA, NFL, rap industry, the scholastic system. So you're already economically besieged, but this is going to put a tighter hold, a tighter grip on everybody, including their own people. And that's the intention, to put everybody into that digital grid. And now I don't have to pull up to a board, I can just keep it. Or I can have AI just automate the regulation. I don't even got to look at the system for automatically regulate. Yeah, you can see anybody that's not doing this, cut their shit off. And it'd be that simple if you agree. That's how you can really play God. And he's really trying to do that.
I think he's gonna box everybody in. When he set the fences up, the open let them get upside. Hey, when the nigga set the gate, so nigga set everybody else just boxed in, and let you be on the outside.
Ezra 15:17. A man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able. For because of their pride, the city shall be destroyed, shall be terrible. The houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid.
And these guys, they spread them out. These soldiers all throughout the states of Babylon, So once one hit, hey, go back to your place. It's like in that movie, what happened to Monday? Every time you left out, you had to scan your tooth, get out, scan your seat, and get back in. Okay?
A man shall have no pity upon his neighbor.
75 wives, everywhere.
But shall destroy their houses with the sword, and spoil their goods, because of the lack of bread and for great tribulation. Behold, day of power, I shall call together all the kings of the earth to reverence me, which are from the rising of the sun, from the south, from the east, and Lebanon, to turn themselves one against another.
See, that's the Joel 3. Right? The Lord says, proclaim ye this among the Gentiles. Prepare the nation. Hey, the Lord said He's going to gather out to reverence Him. And it's going to be for their judgment, man.
And He pays the things they have done to them.
Right, to who was it them? To his chosen, man. Hey, can you imagine when ain't gonna be no food in the fucking grocery store, man? When there's no food, there's hundreds of grocery stores in your city. Niggas talking about create with food. No, the fuck it ain't. Because if everybody in that area hit them grocery stores, it's not a whole damn food in the motherfucker, man. Hey, them grocery stores are empty. Your ass has not been eating low spiritually. It's all about. Hey, a nigga go, eventually they gonna crash out in one day just thinking about not getting no food. A nigga gonna have a whole meal in their goddamn stomach, and they still gonna mentally die thinking about not getting no fucking food.
You see how
It's over, man.
You see how Jake get when the Wi-Fi cut off?
Yeah.
All right.
And it's gonna hurt people when they expect it to happen. Right. That's why the non shall be so good out